really just like focus on your relationship and like have your private time and like don't put everything out there. I think that's one thing that I could have done better.
So how are you doing today? I love your background, in the city. Are you loving it?
I am living my dream right now. Yeah, it's amazing. Been out in New York now for about 10 months and I'm flying. I'm back to my normal day job. So life's good. Just very grateful.
Definitely. And I know that you're traveling all the time. You're in the air, at the airport. So what are your go-to snacks when you are on the road?
Yes. So for flying, obviously everyone knows I love flying so much, but the hardest thing about flying, honestly, is the diet and just having availability when you're on the road, late nights, inconsistent times. So for me, it's super crucial to be on top of that. And what's been saving me, I've been using Dirt Kitchen snacks. They are my go-to. They're perfect for packing in my travel bag. They're air dried and they're actually super healthy too. They're all recycled vegetables, which is super cool, good for the planet, good for you. And it's perfect. We have, crew meals every flight usually. And I always pull one out kind of after for like a dessert kind of thing. And all the captains get a kick out of it and they're always asking for them. And they're super good. They're my go-to. They save me. Because it's definitely pretty difficult to stay eating healthy on the road, and I'm gonna go to.
Definitely. No, I tried some. They're really good. I actually really like them. Do you have a favorite flavor?
I'd probably say the grape tomato is my go-to. That and the zucchini is delicious. Honestly, like they don't taste like they'd be so healthy for you, but like they're delicious. So yeah, all of them.
Definitely. What are some of your other travel essentials?
Travel essentials. I am always, so for, being up at altitude a lot and just the dryness, the lack of humidity up there, definitely guys kind of moisturize a lot. That's a go-to for me. Always bringing a good book, just kind of, on my layovers, just kind of kick it with and go find a cool spot. I got my running shoes. I'm training for the New York City Marathon right now. So that's pretty important to kind of get in shape, and always trying to get a workout in on the road if that works. It's crazy now. We're doing a podcast now. So I have this huge travel bag. I'm fitting my microphone in there and my laptop to make it work on the road. But yeah, that's where I'm at now.
Definitely. How's the training been going? That's no joke.
That is no joke. And I am kind of scared to see how this all goes because I've never done a marathon before, but my roommate Dustin, he got me to do it. And we're doing it for a good cause. We're benefiting Achilles Foundation. So it should be good. It'll be a good accomplishment if I can cross that finish line.
Definitely. How many miles have you clocked in so far? Like the longest? What's the longest run been so far?
The longest run I have done is about 10 miles. And I know that's not a lot because that's not even half yet. I got about a little less than a month to go for training. So we're actually about to go on a run later today. And endurance is not my thing. I was a sprinter in high school, but I'm going to give it my best shot.
You'll get there. You'll get there. I love it. How's the podcast been going?
Podcast is honestly, it's been great. It was kind of unexpected. Didn't really, think it would kind of take off, and it was, again, Dustin, my roommate, it was his idea coming to the city, and it's been super cool. We've enjoyed it, just kind of talking our day-to-day life in New York City and our crazy life experiences and doing a lot of Bachelor breakdown and whatnot. It's been cool to connect with fans through it too, and actually really enjoying it. Didn't think it'd be something that I'd enjoy so much.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of Bachelor breakdown, what did you think of the big Bachelor in Paradise finale? We had 3 couples that got engaged.
I know. It's crazy. I mean, hey, if you love love, it was a win for the franchise there. I know Joe personally, so I was super happy for him and Serena, and Riley as well. I've met Riley a couple times, and just super happy for them. They seem like there's some solid relationships that came out of it, and I think they can go the distance. Just a good overall ending to the season.
Definitely. Did you talk to Joe after the engagement became public?
I just texted him, just wished him well, congratulated him on it. Actually, wasn't spoiled at all. Like, I'd heard some rumors, but wasn't trying to pry or anything. And same with Riley. I had seen Riley maybe like at GovBall. It was at one of the concerts out here in New York. And I was like, dude, I'm pulling for you guys. I'm pulling for you. Because Marissa
was on your season.
She was on my season, yeah. And so that was just cool to like see. It was awesome to see her just like get that chance to show her personality. Obviously things didn't, go that long on my season, but I was so happy for her and for them, and I was pulling for them, and I was so happy to see them make it work in the end.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on Kendall kind of crashing the engagement before that whole thing went down? Do you think that like that was producers that kind of got involved, or do you think that like she just really wanted to give her blessing?
So it was funny. We were talking about this, and it brought me back to my finale when I got like this huge bombshell that, Hannah wasn't going to come at the end. And it's just like at that point at the very end, and granted, I don't think Joe he had to deal with some things, but like you go through this whole season, you deal with so much stuff. And at the end, you kind of just hope that like, all right, it's just going to end like on a high note and no other distractions, no drama. And then when she came, it immediately brought me back. And I was like, guys, I hate they did that to him, because like that shouldn't have been about her. It should have been, purely about just him and Serena. And obviously he handled it perfectly. I think he was obviously very just set in his, what he wanted to do, and just moved on from the relationship. I think she was too. So if I had to guess, it was probably producers just trying to see if they could throw a wrench in there. But I'm glad it didn't derail anything.
Yeah, no, it seems like Joe and Serena both handled this as best as you possibly could.
Yeah.
Did they ask you to be on this season of Paradise?
They did. Yeah. And I was going to go. I don't know for sure if I was going to go, but was definitely considering it. But luckily I got my class date for United, so it made the decision for me. And I was starting right as Paradise filming was going to start. That would have been a little weird for me. I don't know. It would have been crazy.
Yeah. Why do you say it would have been weird? Just kind of like revisiting the whole scene again?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the only reason I would have considered it was just because it was like the one avenue through that kind of world that I hadn't tried yet. And I had heard a lot of, you see a lot of success stories come from it. So I think that's what was like, in my mind, like perking my interest, or when maybe it could work going this avenue. I think for me, I would have had a better chance of a successful relationship in that kind of environment where you just get to focus on one person, or, not 30, right? With all the distractions that come with that. So that was the only reason my interest was kind of peaked, but I think everything obviously happens for a reason, and, super happy where I'm at now.
Yeah. Would you go back if they asked you? I mean, a lot can happen in a year, but if you were still single next year, would you consider it?
I really hope that I don't have to consider that. I would love, I'm not rushing anything, but I hope that like, that's not even a thought in my mind come, next summer again. But hey, you never know.
Yeah.
Never say never.
Definitely. Advice for couples that are kind of navigating life post-Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise show.
It is so difficult. It really is. There's so much pressure that you can't escape it. It's just going to be there. And it's cool. Like, obviously there's a lot of support and a lot of love for, people that have been following your journey and like they're invested, and that's super cool. But, my advice is like, try to, and it's exciting. You want to share it with the world, and you guys you've been in hiding. You can't really you haven't been able to be normal, like normal people in public yet. So that part's exciting, and enjoy that for like a hot minute, but really just like focus on your relationship and like have your private time, and like don't put everything out there. I think that's one thing that I could have done better, in my relationship post show, is just have a lot more privacy with your relationship. And yes, there's a certain obligation where you signed up for it and like you have to share things, and but once the show's over, you really don't have to share anything. Like you control that, and just put your relationship first, and just kind of try to like disconnect if that's possible.
No, totally. Did you feel pressure, in your relationships, like with Hannah, with Madison, and even with Kelley? Did you feel pressure from fans almost sometimes to like stay together?
I wouldn't say no, just to stay together. No. I wasn't pressured in any way like for that, but I don't know. It's unnatural, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. Like, it's unnatural having so many people be so interested in your relationship, have every move like scrutinized, have, I just remember like with Kelley, when we started dating, like trying to keep it hush under wraps a little bit, because like we're trying to figure it out right in that moment, and you don't want like the whole Bachelor Nation given their opinion on it. And so like every, if a picture snapped here or whatnot, it's just like, it just kind of almost like, you can't escape it, but it's almost like an invasion of privacy in your private relationship that you're trying to work on. If you really care about, like, you're kind of investing everything into it, and having so many other opinions, it gets to you. It does. And obviously my experience was, pretty unique with Kelley and whatnot. So made it a little difficult, but hey, you sign up for it.
No, totally. I can't imagine getting to know somebody and then like everybody's like, trying to snap pictures of you and trying to like pry into your every move. It's got to be awkward, I would imagine, and totally an unconventional way of dating.
Yeah. But hey, you see couples come out and it works for them and they make it through it. And I think if you can do that, you're set. Like there's very little that could probably take you down if you can kind of make it through that first period of like adjusting with the public eye on it. So it can work out in the end. Yeah.
I mean, do you think if you got engaged to Kelley at the end, things would be different?
You coulda, shoulda, woulda. You never know. I think everything happened the way it was supposed to happen. I really do. I don't have any regrets with anything. I learned time about myself and like how I want to be in a relationship moving forward and what I want. And, I'm so incredibly thankful for Kelley, for all the girls that, I was, whether in a relationship with or got to meet through the journey. I'm where I'm at now. I'm so incredibly happy and like, I feel good about it. And I don't like to think, oh, what could have been this or could have been that. Like everything happens for a reason. And that's just my story, how it went. And, it's still going.
Yeah, totally. I mean, what have you learned about yourself since the two of you split?
I have to so for so long, I think for those 2 years of my life, I was just like, I was chasing like a relationship. I was like really just, that's the focus when you're kind of in that world and going from Bachelorette to the Bachelor. And I just was like, just kind of like pushing it a little bit too much and like not letting it just kind of happen organically and naturally. And I've said it a million times, like I've been such a kind of like a people pleaser in the past. And that's one of the biggest things I've like tried to change about myself from this experience and being able to watch myself back. And, I just learned when to put myself first in life in general and when to put someone else first, like in a relationship, and like that balance that's so necessary for a healthy relationship. I think that's just like the biggest lesson that I've taken from kind of this whole experience.
Yeah. Are you dating anybody now?
I am not. Yeah. No, I'm not, like seriously, with anyone, going on dates, I'm hanging out, with people and getting to know them. But nothing serious or exclusive or anything like that.
Would you date anybody from Bachelor Nation again? I know Bachelor Nation is a small bubble, so a lot of people always hang out together, but would you date anybody again? Like, outside shows and things like that? I wouldn't like say I would never do it, but I mean, what I have said before is like, I think just like, people don't believe me when I say this, like I am like a private person. Like I'm more of like a reserved kind of shyer person than I think what people think I am. And to me, it's I wouldn't say I would never date someone from the show again, but like, it's kind of exciting to think about dating someone not from the show. Like just kind of almost going back to this, I don't know if you'll ever get back to it, but just like kind of regular life and just having a lot more privacy and keeping that between you two. To me, like that's an exciting thought. Yeah, definitely. How's your mom doing?
She's doing great.
Yeah.
She's doing awesome. She was just out in New York about a week ago. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah. Does she ever regret getting involved in relationships post-show?
No, my mom is, that's what I love about my mom so much. My mom is like so 100% herself. And like she's such a role model to me in that regard. Like she is just unapologetically herself and is going to speak her mind and it's just so honest and doesn't, there's no BS with my mom. I think everyone knows. And it's just a huge reason why I look up to her so much.
Definitely. I know Madison is coming out with a book soon, and she writes in the book that she was crushed when she decided to leave the show. I mean, I'm sure you probably felt the same way in that moment, but do you understand, like watching it back, why she did it? And do you think that things would have been a little bit different if different choices were made?
Yeah, I totally. A choice here changed, a choice there changed. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's everything, life's all about choices, and one little thing can set a whole new path. But I don't think that having time to just really reflect, I think the world of, of Madison, and she's, an amazing person, but I don't think anything would have changed in the long term, like in the end game between the two of us. And that's, nothing against her, nothing against me, just two different people. But yeah, I think, everything worked out the way it was supposed to. And the way it happened on the show is just the way it happened. But again, I don't necessarily regret anything. From that point.
Definitely. I know that you're close with Chris Harrison. How is he doing? Have you been in contact with him, and what's he been up to?
Just a little bit. I haven't seen him personally or in person in a while, but just chatting via text, and he seems like he's living life, enjoying it. He's been out, and following him at, I guess, TCU with the son, and him and Lauren seem like they're doing great. So yeah, I just wish him well. Obviously, I think he's doing good, and it's good to see kind of like that whole, like, I guess almost like craziness just kind of settle down and not be in the limelight anymore. I'm happy for him for that. Definitely.
What do you think about Jesse Palmer kind of stepping into the hosting role?
I'm excited to see how he does. I think it's super cool having I guess an alumni from it go and take the hosting duties. I've seen him on on the sports side of things and being a host, and so obviously he's got some great experience. I think it's funny. Clayton is the new Bachelor coming out, and I think they look so identical.
They do. They really do.
This is gonna be really funny to see. Like, wait, which one? Like, the girl's gonna get confused of which one's the actual Bachelor. But I'm excited to see what he brings to the franchise, and hopefully he does a great job and fits in seamlessly.
Yeah. I mean, what do you wish you knew, or wish somebody told you before you started filming the show, that you would probably want to tell Clayton, like, he's filming the show right now, but what do you wish somebody told you before you got started in this whole journey?
I think, it's almost like may sound like mean, but it's just being honest. Not to invest so much energy in relationships, because I did this, not to invest so much energy and time in relationships that really you weren't going anywhere. And like, I tried, I think, to give, you kind of like feel the pressure of being in that position to give everyone like this fair chance, right? And that's just like the right thing to do and whatnot. But it's such it's a grueling 2 months of going through that, and for a lot of reasons. And that's why I kind of like went back to like the Paradise thing. I think I would have been better in that environment of being able to just put my focus and energy on a lot less people, because it just drains you, and you only have so much to give. I think people saw that like through my journey kind of progressing. So I hope that doesn't come off like mean, but just like, be cordial, obviously, and show everyone respect, but don't give in to any outside pressure of like showing interest that's really not there, and just focusing on really what you think there is a potential with.
Yeah. Did you know pretty early on that, like, Hannah, Madison, Kelley, like, those were kind of going to be like the girls that get far? I mean, did you?
Yeah. Like you just anyone, like you're not going to be romantically interested in 30 people, right? That's out of everyone. So, and in the beginning, who you're feeling, and sure, someone can grow on you, throughout that, maybe one or two, but not all 30 are going to grow. And so, but I didn't do that. Like I definitely was like trying to just like show everyone the same kind of interest, and like give in a little, maybe, to add some pressure and whatnot. And I shouldn't have done that. That's one thing I wish I would have done differently, and maybe been told, but hey, what are you going to do? It is what it is.
I know we said coulda, woulda, shoulda before, but do you ever regret not leaving your season to be with Hannah?
I don't regret it. That was a super, I remember thinking it it was the very beginning, when we had that conversation when she had come back, but no, I've followed her from afar, and she seems like she's doing so well and so happy, and I'm so happy for her. I'm obviously, 100% moved on from that. So, no, honestly, I don't think about that.
Yeah. Do you guys speak at all?
No.
Yeah.
no communication, but hey, it's all good. I think you kind of go through that kind of experience. It's like, it's kind of tough maybe to maintain
a friendship.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
No, I totally get that. So it'd be kind of weird. Be like, hey, how's it going? Yeah.
Yeah. I think kind of just from an afar is appropriate.
No, totally. Do you have any communication with Kelley at all anymore?
I don't. No, I don't have any communication with Kelley. Yeah, I honestly, I don't even know if she's in New York or where she's at. I know she was thinking of coming here, but yeah, that's nothing there.
I would imagine that the show probably takes a very much an emotional toll and probably a physical toll on you throughout the course of 2 months when your camera's in your face 24/7. It's got to be a lot.
Have you seen this scar?
I see the scar. Yeah.
That's
got the battle wounds
toll.
from it.
For sure.
Totally. And then finally, I'm sorry, advice for Michelle.
So Michelle is really cool because I kind of relate a little bit with Michelle. It seems like she has a career, obviously, that she's super invested in, loves so much. And I hope that's, a cool part of her storyline. Obviously there's gonna be great opportunities. Well, hopefully it's all works out for her. That's the first thing. But if it does, assuming it does, sure, you're gonna have great opportunities to take advantage of that, and your life's gonna change in a lot of great ways. But stay rooted in what makes you. And I don't think she's gonna have a problem with that. Just from what I've seen, the little I've seen. So just hopefully she goes back, continues her. I think she is. 'Cause I think that's why they had to film when they filmed, so she could go back to teaching and everything. Just try to stay as grounded and rooted in who she really is. And I don't think she's gonna have an issue with that at all. So I'm looking forward to seeing her season, and yeah, I'm excited for it.
Definitely. Well, Peter, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time.